That's right, it's time for the Nitwit.tv News at 9ish. The News at 9ish is brought to you by our proud sponsor, Styrofoam. We'll hear from them later. I got a letter from them, and I'm really excited. So, here we go. It's time for the lead story tonight on Nitwit.tv News at 9ish. Let's think about this. It's kind of like a little story, so I'm going to tell it to you. Just imagine you're driving down the highway. It's a long highway, and it's just long, and, you got the kids with you, and Susie just won't shut up. I mean, she just keeps screaming no matter what you do. I mean, look at the mouth on this kid. She just won't shut up. And you're thinking, you know what's wrong. They're hungry. I mean, when you get on those long road trips, you get hungry. For some reason, you want to eat. Okay, but don't get the Reuben potato chips. I'm just telling you. Anyway, you see the road sign. Look at it. It's time to eat, people. Let's go. Let's get something to eat. We have to do this. Taco Bell. I mean, Taco Bell, how can you go wrong with Taco Bell? I mean, look at that thing. It's delicious. It's got cheese and lettuce and tomato and what looks to be sour cream on it. I mean, it looks kind of fake if you ask me. But, it's okay. It doesn't matter what you ingest because you're driving the toilet paper van. So if you have problems on that long stretch of road, you could just pull over and, grab a roll and you're all right. And nobody's going to drive down that road anyway. You've seen all the movies where people break down in the desert. But the thing with this Taco Bell that they stopped at, yes, this is a horribly represented and horribly photoshopped picture of a chalupa with little crystals on it. And that's because a Taco Bell restaurant in Iowa was also a meth lab. Now, I know there's a lot of people that like Taco Bell, and my wife and I, we tend to hit a Taco Bell here and there, and, well, these guys right here, we're making meth in a Taco Bell. I mean, look, we've heard of all kinds of things. I mean, meth labs and bathrooms and this and that and the other thing. I mean, they're everywhere. But in the Taco Bell, I mean, how could you not know? I mean, who didn't stop somebody from doing this? That's all I have to say. But there is, Taco Bell got some bad press, all right? Because of this. I mean, people are kind of leery and wondering, what's going on back there in the Taco Bell. So they decided to offer an extra value meal, and they're trying to cater to a different crowd. You see this with advertising. People change from one to the other, but they're trying to cater to a different crowd. And this is the crystal meth chalupa extra value meal. You get your Drano so that you can make your own and your little pipes there. Anyway, it's time for the Tech Tard segment. The Tech Tard segment, we got a good one for you. LOL. Everybody puts LOL. I see it on the board like 9 times. Guys, what are we doing? I mean, oh, that's right. It's in the dictionary. And it dates back to 1989. Everybody uses LOL, right? No. Uh-oh, we got a problem. Do people use LOL or haha? Or how come hee wasn't there? Or kiki? For those of you that use that. Anyway, RIP to LOL. Apparently, Facebook did a study, and what they wanted to do is find out who's using what. And the research says that over 50% of people use ha, and just under 2% people use LOL. Although they did not look at your private messages. Okay, whatever. Anyway. So they're trying to make a point that LOL is dead and haha is better. But they're also saying that most people like those emoji things, whatever they are. I mean, every time I say that, I think of the movie Jumanji. But anyway, they like the emojis. And look, there's like all kinds of emojis, right? I mean, they all look the same. Look at that. And there's like 10 of them that have 3 dots. I don't even know what those mean. But I can't distinguish. Look, I've sent text to my wife, and I wanted to do a wink or a smile or a whatever, and they all look the same to me. I have no idea. But they're telling us that people prefer these things over LOL or haha. So this is what I say. That sums it up right there, doesn't it? We've got breaking news for you. Yes, we do. It's back to school time. Everybody, well, here it's back to school. I mean, across the nation, people will be going back to school, I think, hopefully, in most communities. Maybe not all communities. Some people will be out in the streets throwing things. But anyway, most people are going back to school. And, you know, kids, they're going to get on the bus. I mean, you know, you're going to ask what Mr. Johnson has in his coffee cup. I mean, you know the guy. You know, he taught one of those classes and you went in there and you knew the dude was drunk. But you didn't really care too much. Well, this happened to this lady. The teacher fired for drinking during a field trip. Of course, they went to a field trip to New Orleans because something for jazz or whatever. And what we're going to do is we're going to let you actually see a little video so you can, you know, the mainstream media, we got to give them some stuff too because they do things or whatever. Anyway, here is Carol Burton.
Well, here's a question for parents. Should chaperones on school trips be allowed to have a drink or two? A popular Seattle choir teacher was fired for doing just that.
I had 2.5 alcoholic beverages on this trip.
Yeah.
And they are, without a doubt, the most expensive drinks I've ever had in my life.
Well, that's right. She went to New Orleans, you know, in Bourbon Street. Those drinks are expensive. You're right. I don't know what the problem is.
Costing my entire career.
And
for some reason, those two drinks seem to be more important than 14 years of service.
The school district said she and other chaperones drank while on a trip to New Orleans to learn about jazz, something they say they couldn't stand for. Carol offered to take a 10-day...
Wait a minute. They went to learn about jazz, something they couldn't stand for. The way that sentence was, you'll have to listen to it back. It makes sense. Whatever.
Mentioned without pay, but the district said that wasn't good enough. It happened in March, but she's just now being fired. Since then, students and parents have rallied behind her, saying she's being made a scapegoat. So what do you think about this? We asked you on Facebook. William Walker says, quote, "That's not a lot of booze. Furthermore, she was chosen to be a chaperone because she was deemed trustworthy and capable of making good decisions. I don't see a problem with it at all. She's still a person on vacation at the end of the day." But Jackie Westgard disagrees, saying, quote, "If you're taking responsibility for my child while out of state, you shouldn't be allowed to have even one drink. What if someone gets hurt or needs to be driven to an emergency room? She absolutely deserved to be fired."
All right. Anyway, so this is what's going on here. They went to Bourbon Street, okay? They wanted to learn about jazz and blues and whatever else, okay? If anybody's been to Bourbon Street or seen Bourbon Street or watched video or whatever, you know, it's mayhem and people drink there. So if she had 2.5 of those, I mean, she's, you know, she might be lit. But just think about it. She's got all those kids with her, okay? She's on the bus, okay, down to New Orleans to Jazz Fest. She's got a bus full of Chinese kids. She took Spanish, so she's got all kinds of communication problems. I mean, she's frustrated. She doesn't even know why she's a chaperone. Her kid come home with a little piece of paper and says, "Hey, will you chaperone this trip?" She didn't know she's going to take Chinese people to the Jazz Fest. Anyway, that would cause anybody to hit the bottle, and she's got more reason than not to do it because there's a booze called teachers. I just thought, oh, and the Black Grouse. I don't know. It sounds like a Lifetime movie. The Teacher and the Black Grouse. Ooh, that'll be on next week's show. Anyway, it's time for political crap, and not the political crap that you think about. This is completely different political crap. And it kind of has to do with GoFundMe. Of course, everybody has got something on GoFundMe and, you know, Kickstarter and do this and do that. I mean, you know, like the Kickstarter dude with the $61,000 potato salad. I mean, that's just out. This guy's getting 60 grand for potato salad. We need to make some potato salad. But this is worse, okay? On GoFundMe is Fund the Alabama State Government, my wonderful state, the heart of Dixie, Sweet Home Alabama, Alabama the Beautiful. We're asking for $300 million, and so far we have $553. And it's been shared 2.2 thousand times. And we've got $553. Oh, I don't think we're going to make it, folks. But, you know, you do know that on GoFundMe, you've got legitimate and, normal. I mean, somebody needs some surgery or that's cancer or whatever. And I think those are great causes. And then you have the stupid ones, the ones that you should report, because they're not real, like this one. I mean, just saying. I think I'd report that one right there. All right, now it's time. It's usually time, and it is time. I got some mail. Okay, I got some mail here, and it's from Styrofoam. So let's go ahead and I went ahead and scanned this in. Let's see. There it is. And here we go. I'm going to read it from Styrofoam, 2884 K Street, New York, New York. Okay. Cease and desist. To whom it may concern, we are not your sponsors. We don't even know who you are. Stop using our brand name, and please stop sending us checks. You are pathetic. And it was signed by somebody, their initials are SMH, so that was somebody who, I guess, works in their office. I guess what they're trying to say is if we would just stop sending them checks, that they'll go ahead and they'll be okay with being our sponsor. So that's all good. I'm kind of glad about that. I mean, that's important to me. It's time for a consumer alert. I don't even know what the consumer alert is. Yes, I do now. Guess what? Dogs pee on things. They will pee on just about everything. Little poodle, gonna lift my leg. That's what we got. Oh, another poodle. It must be a poodle thing. And there's a hydrant. We're peeing on stuff. That's what dogs do. I mean, dogs might even pee on your leg if you let them, or they just have to go real bad, or they don't like you or something. I don't know why that would make me mad, though. I mean, even if you're at the beach, a dog might lift his leg and give you a little spray. I mean, that'll give you a sunburn, I think. But a urine-corroded street lamp falls 3 stories and barely misses a driver. Now, this is in San Francisco, and this light post fell over because dogs and squirrels and pigeons and whatever else peed on it. Mainly dogs. And people, because, San Francisco, they got people wandering around peeing on poles. I mean, that's just the thing to do. I mean, that's what I do. When I go downtown, I try to find a light pole so that I could pee on it. And, look at that. It almost, look at how much damage that did. Somebody could have been killed because of all this. But what I'm wondering, though, is why don't they have, department, city engineers or whatever that go around and look at this kind of stuff? I mean, do they not walk up to the pole and bang on it and... And if it goes thud, there's a problem? I would just think that they might do it. But this isn't just in San Francisco. This is in Canada, too. A corroded street lamp topples over in Yaletown, which is in Vancouver. Another similar type thing. And it was caused by urine, by dogs and people peeing on the lamp pole. So, it almost makes me want to get the lamp pole that's in my front, down by the sidewalk and get it and take it out of there, because I'm afraid, one day it's going to fall over and it's going to kill the cat. I'm just not really sure, but I don't know where animals get the idea that they could pee on our structures. Oh, that's how they do it. This is a sculpture from Orange County, California. It's a huge dog peeing on a building. That's a real thing, actually. Oh, it's time for the Didn't Do Nothing. Yes, this is a wonderful segment. This is a segment where we're going to explore criminals and the stupid things that they do, and we love Didn't Do's here at Nitwit.tv. The first one, this guy right here, he's a Didn't Do, and he's got a problem. And his problem is he doesn't want to get caught. So what is he going to do? He chews off his own fingertips so he couldn't be identified. Now that's a smart guy, right? He's going to chew off his fingertips. You're a Didn't Do, buddy. Anyway, this is from Venice, California. Some guy steals a phone, activates the video system, and takes a selfie of himself. Now, I don't know if he's been caught, but I would think. And that's the only thing he took. There's TVs and all kinds of stuff. He didn't take anything but the phone, the one that recorded him. You moron. We know Didn't Do's love Walmart. If you go to Walmart, you're going to find a Didn't Do. And you know what? You're probably going to find somebody stealing from Walmart. And that would be this guy. He was in Walmart. He was doing a little, shopping without money. And the problem is that when he left the store, I mean, he made it out. So he made it out of the store, went to the parking lot. Oh, his car was repossessed. Oh, so he went through all the work to steal, and then his car is repossessed. I mean, okay, what? Didn't do. And Didnt Do's need a place to stay, so it's time for Nitwit Cribs. That's right, this is going to be a hot new segment, Nitwit Cribs. We're going to show you the cribs of the Didnt Do. Didnt Do's need a place to stay, and that's a great place for them to go. The only problem is that they're out in the morning. But a lot of these prisons and jails are like nice. I mean, this is an actual jail cell. They've got bulletin boards and shelves everywhere and a cat and a TV, and looks like the guy is vaping or something. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, there's, look at this. What the heck is this? This is prison? I mean, why would you want to leave? I mean, it's great. Why would you want to go? I bet you they eat steak every night there. That's absolutely insane. And look at the bathroom. They've got a garden tub with Kohler sinks and stuff. I mean, what? This is great. And this is better than my house. I mean, I could stand the bars and the pee on the floor if my house looked like that. I don't know. This is in France. This is an actual prison. Look at that. I mean, you would want to rehabilitate and get back out into society, right? No? Oh, I think we should make it a little bit harder. That's all I have to say. But speaking of prisons, a drone drops drug into an Ohio prison yard. It sparks an inmate fight. I mean, it was about time. I mean, it was going to happen. I mean, this is going to happen. So somebody loaded up, a drone and with some, contraband. I mean, it was tobacco and drugs and I don't know what else. I can make something up. BC Powder, okay? There goes the sponsorship for BC Powder. Anyway, I mean, you knew it was going to happen, but there was a big old fight that happened. They dropped these drugs in there. And, it gives new meaning to Amazon Prime, I mean, so Amazon pretty much, they wanted to use these drones to deliver stuff to people. And I think this is where it's all coming from. I mean, if it wasn't for Amazon, the evil Amazon empire, I don't think they're evil. I order stuff from them all the time. But they started this. But I think I know really why they started it. That's right. It's the Amazon Ganja Prime, where you can get your own bag of weed dropped to you wherever you are. I don't understand. That's all I have for the news. I'm out of here. We'll see you next week. And, hey, it's the Nitwit.tv News at 9ish.